Today we'll be looking at how to play Sonic properly. If you had missed any of my other guides, they're right there on my channel as well. Anyways, starting off with his first ability, Flashstrike. If you do 3 M1s into Flashstrike, it's true. However, you can do 3 M1s into a front dash into Flashstrike. Just be warned that is heavily ping dependent. On top of that, you have to make sure that you're not too close or too far, or else it just won't work. And for extra style points and a bit of extra damage, you can do 3 M1s into an uppercut, into a front dash, then Flashstrike for a more damaging combo extend. Also, using Flashstrike as a combo extend deals less damage, so be warned that if you're confused on why you didn't kill someone when they should have died, that's why. But technically, there's a workaround with that. If you do it super early, it counts it as a combo extend. However, if you do it a little bit later than usual, it does extra damage, and they still cannot block it. Just be warned though that if you do it way too late, you would be in their combo. His next ability being Whirlwind Kick. This ability is block break, however, it definitely isn't advised to use it as one. If you do 3 M1s into Whirlwind Kick, it's true. However, if you do 4 M1s into Whirlwind Kick and wait until they're just hitting the ground, you can do Whirlwind Kick and they won't be able to even back roll it. Or you can do a downward kick, back up a little bit so it becomes a habit of timing, and then you do a Whirlwind Kick. The only thing that you can do is either A, ragdoll cancel, or B, praise peril. So if it's a praise peril you're worried about, you can do Whirlwind Kick right away and hold block, making it so the enemy then gets baited out by you. However, it's still possible to hit them even if they're spamming praise peril if your timing is 100% correct. Also, you can do 3 M1s to do a front dash and then Whirlwind Kick. However, this is extremely ping dependent and typically isn't advised to do it unless you know your ping is better. Optionally, you can also do 3 M1s into uppercut, then front dash into Whirlwind Kick, but once again, it's heavily ping dependent. His third ability being Scatter. This ability is a block break, however, since the nerf is a bit harder to hit them afterwards. However, it can be done by side dashing right at the end of your scatter and getting behind them and doing M1s. But also, if you do 3 M1s into Scatter, it is true, but be warned since people can still ragdoll cancel out of your scatter. However, if you turn around at a certain time, you can catch them completely off guard and get them right back into it. However, if they ragdoll cancel out at the very end, there's basically nothing you can do since your scatter will end too soon. But also be warned that if they escape the scatter in their Garu, they can praise peril, which wouldn't end too well for you. However, if they haven't used it yet, sometimes I even use my scatter to try and bait out their praise peril. His last ability being Explosive Shuriken. This has an extremely long range, and if it attaches to any surface, whether it be a wall or the ground, it'll break their block. And it can be used to do 3 M1s in Explosive Shuriken for a true combo. And for a combo extension, you can do 3 M1s into an uppercut for an Explosive Shuriken. And then front dash right as they're hitting the ground. However, the front dash timing is a bit weird depending on their pings and also the height in which you hit them at. So you just have to get used to it. Or you can do 4 M1s in Explosive Shuriken. However, the jumping variant of the Explosive Shuriken will stick to the ground. This can be used to catch people off guard. Just be warned that if they manage to block it directly though, it won't do anything to them. Also, it can be used as a combo extension after knocking someone down. Whether it's 3 M1s into downward kick into Explosive Shuriken, which is quite reliable. However, just make sure you're at the correct distance away so you can catch them easily, or else you'll be in a lot of pain when they do the combo. But also, you can use jumping Shuriken to combo extend off of 4 M1s. Just be warned, this is a bit harder to do. Now onto his passive. He gains 3 side TPs off of any kill, and this can be used without cooldown, and his ultimate gives 20 of them. However, right after the ultimate ends, if your total is above 3 teleports, it will go right back to 3. Now onto his ultimate startup. If you do 3 M1s into downward kick, and with enough practice, you can have an extremely good chance of catching them. If you do hit them, make sure to spin around really quickly to keep hitting them, or else they can still escape you. Now for his first ult ability, Twinblade Rush. This is a block break as with all of his ultimate moves. This is typically used after straight on or fourfold Flashstrike because it's a true combo. However, if you have to do M1s for extra damage, I would suggest doing 4 M1s into Twinblade Rush, as for that's a true combo. Optionally, you can also catch players falling from a Carnage. However, this is a bit tricky to do. Also, be warned that you cannot hit ragdoll people on the ground with this ability, leaving it to be the only Sonic ability that cannot do that. For his second ability, Straight On, it's heavily suggested to use this ability first, as for unlike all of the other abilities, if you use this one first, you're able to get 3 charges off compared to just 2. On top of that, it is a good combo starter and allows for catching enemies at great distances. Also, you can click the ability once again to activate it early. This is good to do right after the person uses their dashes. Be warned though, you can be hit out of this move just like Twinblade Rush and Carnage. However, this is the easiest to die in if you get too close to someone. For his third ability, Carnage, this has a bit of RNG to where the shurikens throw. Also, if a person is standing too close to you, it will miss entirely. However, in order to hit this move most often, you can do it right after Twinblade Rush, or optionally you can do 4 M1s and then Carnage, enabling you to hit the enemy quite easily unless they have the ragdoll cancel. For his final ult ability, Fourfold Flashstrike. This has a bit of wind up to it, however, it has a good range to balance it out. If you want to hit people with it, I would suggest doing 4 M1s or 3 M1s into an uppercut and then using Fourfold Flashstrike as quickly as possible to hit them. Also, this move is most used after Twinblade Rush or straight on. However, if you're skilled enough, you can even hit it after a Carnage. And also, a thing you may not know know is that Fourfold Flashstrike technically has a second dash during the attack, so you can actually use this to guide yourself closer to your target to hit them with Twinblade Rush, for example. Now onto his combos. Starting off with 4 one-shot combos by him, they'll also be in the description as well, so you can just read them there. Anyways, you can do 3-on-1s into Uppercut and Explosive Shuriken, into Front Dash, 3-on-1s and a Scatter, into 3-on-1s, a Front Dash, and then Flash Strike, 3 more M1s and a Downslam, and then finally Whirlwind Kick. Now into his second combo, it starts off with 3-on-1s into Scatter, 3-on-1s, Front Dash into Flash Strike, 3-on-1s into Uppercut, and Explosive Shuriken, into Front Dash, 3-on-1s, and a Downslam, and then Whirlwind Kick. Now for his third combo, it starts off with 3-on-1s into Front Dash, Flash Strike, 3-on-1s into Scatter, 3-on-1s into Downward Kick, Whirlwind Kick, Downward Kick once again, Jumping Explosive Shuriken, 3-on-1s, Downward Kick, and then Flash Strike to kill them. And now for his most stylish combo, it begins with 3-on-1s into Uppercut, Front Dash, Whirlwind Kick, Downward Kick, Jumping Explosive Shuriken, 3-on-1s into Scatter, 3-on-1s into Uppercut, Front Dash, Flash Strike, 3-on-1s into Downward Kick, and then Whirlwind Kick to finish them off. Now onto a true combo that does quite a bit of damage, and that is 3-on-1s into Front Dash, into Flash Strike, into 3-on-1s, and then Explosive Shuriken. This will not only do a ton of damage, but on top of that, being completely inescapable and completely safe unless you mess it up. You can add Scatter at the beginning of this, however, it's escapable at that point. Now onto his ultimate combo. You start off with straight on into Fourfold Flashstrike, then Twinblade Rush, and finally Carnage. However, Carnage has a chance of missing if the person has the ragdoll cancel. If you had enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and liking, even checking out my other content, but hopefully you can become the annoying Sonic player.